Alright, this is just a quick little tutorial on how I use exifer to rename my files. Now for weddings I shoot with two Canon 10Ds and I try to get the times on them synced almost exactly the same within a few seconds of each other. But I still end up with multiple file names from my wedding, so I'll end up with like 4 images called 9981 or so forth. So when I come home after my wedding and I download my images, I'll download all the images into one folder until I get a repeat, and then what I'll simply do is I'll create another folder and download the images in there, and most of the time I just end up with two folders with files in both folders. Now what I want though is I want to have all those images in one folder, and I want them all in sequence. So this is where exifer comes into play. So let me just go to my folder here, if I can find it right here. Now as you can see, I've got all my images here, and I also have a second folder which has no images in there. So let's just find out where those images went. Alright, there we go. Got them back. So I've got all my images here, and I also have a second folder with images in here. Now what I do is I simply just select them all, and you can press Control A to select them all if you wish. And I simply just right click on it, and I go sort, and I go by date, and I just make sure it's by date. And what this does is this actually sorts it out by the day, by the hour, by the minute, and by the second. So let me just go into my second folder here, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Now what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to go to sort. It's already done. I'm actually going to go to rename, redate, and copy, and I'm going to rename all the files in one of the folders. So now this comes up where you can rename it by year, month, day, hour, minute, second. I am simply just going to click each of these off, because all I want is just a counter, just like that. And I'm going to have it start with, I'm going to go right to 4,000, and I'm going to have 4 digits in it, and that's it. And I'm going to hit OK. Do you really want to rename all the selected files? Yes, I do. And there it goes, all renamed, just like that. Now I'm just going to right click again, and I'm going to go to move to, and I'm going to select my folder, because I'm actually going to take these files now and move them all into the one folder. Now that they're renamed, I will not overwrite any of my files. So I'll just find the folder on my hard drive. There we go. Okay. And now they're all moved into the one folder, as you can see here. So now I've got all my files in one folder, and I can sort them out by time again, which is already done. So they are in chronological order. And now I'm just going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go to rename, redate, recopy, and I'm going to rename them all. Let's start with a counter. Let's just go, I'm just going to go right up to 7,000. Doesn't matter, I'm just going to change it. And let's just, if you want, you can just put in the person's name. Let's just go Heafy. So now it's going to go Heafy with the file name. Do I really want to rename all selected files? Yes, I do. This is so fast. Look how fast this goes. There you have it. Now I've got all my files. They're all renamed in chronological order. Now I would burn this to a CD and DVD backup and everything, and I'm all set. So again, just to repeat, I download all my flashcards onto my hard drive, and I put them in multiple folders if I have repeating file names, or if I have two cameras and in two separate cameras, two different cameras. But mostly this is because, or if you have repeating file names and you don't want to overwrite any of your images. So separate them into two folders, then go in, use exifer to rename one of the folders, or the files within the folders. Then you can simply just copy those files into the one folder so they will not overwrite, select them all, and rename them again. And there you go, all set. Hope this helps.